in May that are set to go all the way in the stock exchange. All right, Gary B., what should we be buying in May?
Brenda, it's an old Scottish company, McDonald's, which I really love. I stole that right from Toby. He could probably do that better. But we'll take a look at the chart. I know he couldn't do this better. I'll tell you what, this is what you want a long-term buy to look like. Look, it had that gigantic trough from 2000 to about middle of 03. It just broke out. It pulled back, tested support. This stock could easily double in the next few years.
Pat, it's up like 30% in the last year. It's pretty expensive, isn't it?
I was going to say, leave it to Gary to pick the only restaurant right now that is not cheap. I'm not a fan.
Are you a bull or bear?
No, I'm a bear on this because of that exact chart. It's done too well, and there's a ton of smaller restaurants that have not moved.
Toby, what do you think?
McDonald's is a story on Europe and Asia, and actually I do agree with him for a very, very short period of time. I've got another 6 months it rolls.
All right, there we go. Pat, what about your stock?
Fuel Tech, this is a company I recommended probably about a year ago at a slightly higher price than it is right now. So wonderful little business. We actually met with management earlier this week that has some proprietary technologies that make coal plants both more efficient and cleaner. They are selling into China right now, which is going to be an amazing growth story for them. It's a smaller firm. They've been under attack by shorts lately, but they're the real deal, and I think the stock is possibly a double from here.
Ooh, a double. What do you think, Toby?
Well, you know, when Patrick first recommended it, we started looking at the company, and I, of course, recommended it a little higher than that. So, A, I think he's right, and B, it's a lumpy company. So you want to actually buy them, I think, when they have a bad earnings report, because ultimately they spring back.
Okay, it's lumpy. Do you think
Lumpy.
so, Scott?
I would be a buyer of the stock as well. I think in the next couple of years, this alternative energy wave is going to take these stocks much, much higher. This will be one of them.
Sort of
Peter,
like a
how about you?
Well, I think he's on the right track. It's not a bad idea, but I would like to buy it a little bit cheaper. I think, it's a little bit of expensive stock, so I try to buy it and pull back, but I'm not. It's all right.
All right. Tobin, how about you?
Likes an American company?
The company is Zolt. Now, Zolt makes those gigantic, arms for the wind power, right? Now, wind power has been sort of flat because we haven't got the Senate together and the House to get this package for the tax credit. It's coming out. No matter who the president is, this wins. And these guys are selling to GE, Ventus, all the big players. I think it's back to $40. Management has finally solved their problem.
Scott, you like it?
I am bullish. You absolutely buy this stock now.
Woo. Gary B., how about you?
I'm in the bull camp. It made a great move Thursday. It has upward momentum. I think it's going a lot
Now
higher.
they just need to make money, Toby.
All right. And Peter?
Well, apparently it's got about 80% of its sales come from abroad. But again, I think there's better ways to play the global economy. I think these stocks are expensive, so it's okay, but I wouldn't rush out and buy it.
It's okay. That is
Another praise. Another it's okay.
That's
better
major
stock.
praise
Have you watched
from
the
Peter.
show, Schiff?
All
Come
right.
on. It's
Okay.
yes or no.
Better ways to
Scott,
Now.
your stock.
I like a company called Himax Technology. It's a tiny little Taiwanese semiconductor company that makes chips for flat panel displays. Now, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of them are made in Taiwan. And this company is selling at 7 times earnings. It has a 4% yield, and China and Taiwan are getting much more friendly. So the discount Taiwanese stocks have had is about to go out the window. I think this is a double.
Scott loves flat panels.
Oh, yeah.
Gary B., do you?
Well, I think it's gone flat line.
That's when you
do
buy it.
anything. I want to buy it when it makes some kind of move up or down. I'd avoid this.
You buy it now.
Okay, are you going to damn with faint praise here, Peter?
This is of all the stocks, this is the best one. I like this stock. It's the kind of stock I buy for my clients. I might even buy the stock myself. I don't own it now.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
All right.
Oh, please.
Pat, what do you think?
I would run far away. Half their sales go to just one company, which is also a 10% owner. That's far too much confidence.
Now I like it even more.
Okay. All right, and finally, Peter, your stock.
Well, look, I came up with Penn West Energy Trust. This was one of the natural gas companies. The Natural Gas Canadian Trust got clobbered when natural gas prices were low. This stock got cheap, and when it was, it picked up a couple of its competitors. Very cheap, I know, because I owned one of them. I think it's a $40 stock. It's about $30 now. It's got a 13% yield. So I think within a year you can make about 50% on it.
Gary B., do you agree?
I don't. I think stock has momentum. Unfortunately, that momentum's to the downside. So
All right.
I think it has a lot further
Take a
to
look
drop.
at the chart.
Okay, how about you, Pat?
One of their acquisitions I was not a fan of. Kinetic added some very mediocre and unfocused assets to their mix, I think. And at the end of the day, this is basically an oil play. And if you want to play higher oil prices, I think you just buy the crude ETF.
And Toby?
Well, I want to pull it back. It is more oil now than natural gas. And the big issue here is that they've had horrible cost in finding that additional oil. Once they get that squared away, now you're probably a $35 stock. Have it pull under 30.
All right. Thanks, guys. And coming up, fed up with paying up at the grocery store?